Welcome to the Song People Buzzcast with your host, Rick. Rhythm and blues is a wide-ranging musical genre that is sometimes hard to peg with a characteristic sound or style, but which, at the same time, has had a powerful influence on just about every form of music since the 1940s. In the 1940s, African-American music was termed race music. The term was soon regarded as intolerably offensive and was scrapped in favor of rhythm and blues. The words themselves are a reference to one of the most defining characteristics of African-American music and one of the most well-known and highly regarded genres of African-American music. In the 1950s, rock and roll burst onto the scene as the music of a new generation. This form borrowed heavily from rhythm and blues and carried it to a white audience who were hungry for something a bit more rollicking than the white pop music of the time. Artists such as Ray Charles, Little Richard and Chuck Berry managed to cross deeply felt racial divides with the power of their music and the charisma of their performances. During the 1950s, rhythm and blues would be synthesized into yet another form of music. Taking another tradition of African Americans, the incredibly talented and capable singers from African American churches, and blending their vocal style with the irresistible rhythms of rock and roll, created what was eventually known as soul music, of which Charles is widely regarded as the originator. Soul music never forgot its roots, in either the gospel or rhythm and blues senses. James Brown and Sly and the Family Stone created masterpieces of rhythm and time, both as rowdy as any blues song and as drivingly rhythmic as any music before or since. Through it all, it remained a force that could smash barriers and allow people deeply divided to understand each other through the medium of music. British artist Seal has recently decided to pay tribute to this rich musical heritage by recording classic examples of one of rhythm and blues' descendants, soul. His upcoming album Soul will be a collection of 11 masterpieces of that genre, addressing both the sincerity and power of the music in a way that only Seal could have done effectively. Produced by the legendary Dave Foster, the album will be available on November 11th, 2008. On Seal's website at seal.com, there are samples, both video and audio, of this next entry into the rich history of music. Thanks for listening.